Alright, and welcome to today's episode. Hope everybody's having a good day. We are here, and we are going to be working on... Well, my goal was to come up here and get this little old fisherman's hut done that I wanted to do. But I still haven't been able to get any of the wood that I wanted. Which is kind of frustrating. Just haven't been able to get into the forestry like I needed to get the bees going and all that other good stuff that goes with it. And what I decided I think I'm going to do is we're going to start up down in our workshops. We're going to start on one of these workshops today. And you can see I kind of got these laid out, but what I'm going to do is I have 3 different workshops down here. I think I'm going to have one for chisel and bits. I'm going to have one for just sort of redstone crafting and that kind of thing. And then what I'm going to do over here, I think, I'm going to set up a villager, sort of a villager trading center over here. So not going to need nearly the amount of space that we had in our vanilla world, but I definitely do want to get it set up. So my goal here is to have this sort of elevator come down. I think I'm going to put, I don't know, probably half slabs here across the top of this to walk over. But this room is going to be sort of walk into here. There'll be some sort of a divider right here, and you go down into the 3 areas. But I think I'm going to assign this one to the villagers, and I'm going to start getting that dug out. So I'll be ready to work on some stuff today. So I'll be back with you here after I get this dug out. Alright, and welcome back. So, let me show you what we're going to do down here in our workshop area. Get down here. And I got a room cleared out. Hopefully I got it lit up enough. And this is the size of the room we're going to do. And we're not going to keep, I don't think we're going to keep a lot of villagers active. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this room up, and the palette I'm going to use is a chiseled end stone and some bookshelves, and sort of turn this into like a library or a study area. Not for any reason other than that's kind of what I want to do. So I'm going to get that all laid out here and started, and then I'll come back when I start putting together the spawner. Now, the real trick with the villager spawners is I can't use a powered spawner for them. I can't use one of these that we did up in here, where I can turn it on and off with redstone. I actually have to use a vanilla spawner, which means that I'm going to get a whole bunch of spawn. I'm going to get them to spawn out of the vanilla spawner right as I when I'm in the area. So what I'm going to do is, in part of that room, once I figure out how I'm going to store them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of the conveyors to move them around. They'll attach onto that. I'll probably pull them up into the air and put them in conveyors to move them around like that. It just seems to be a little bit easier way to do that. And the whole intention of that is then I can go stand in a room, collect up a whole bunch of them, get a whole bunch of them in there, and then sort through them as I need to. I move them out of that room. That may be what I want to do on it. Let me put the room together first, and then I will come back with you once I sort that out. And I'll walk through setting up the spawner for that as well. So give me just a bit, and I'll be back with you after the cut. Alright, and welcome back. So, we have been making a little bit of headway down here. And this is what this room is going to look like. I'm going to get rid of all of this lighting. This is my temporary lighting, but this is what we're going to do in here. I think I even have, I do have, been doing this with the, what's it called? Night vision active on the helmet. You can hear that little whine up there and see that in the corner. So this is what we got in here. Now I'm going to come back through here, and I'm going to pull these. What I'm going to do is I may leave these all the same up at the top, but what I'm going to do, and yes, I'm doing it with the pick because I want to silk touch it and not break the bookshelf. But what I'm going to do is these are all jungle bookshelves. They are part of the chisel mod, and what I'm going to do is going to pull these out one at a time. Oops, that's the same one we just had. And that one. And get that one. And these different chiseled books that we're going to disperse in there and just sort of give it a different texture, different look and feel, sort of like this one. But I'm going to do it for these two. I just shove these all in there just to get them into place and see what we're going to be looking at. Pop that out of the way for now. So this is what our room is going to look like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I got a piece of painted glowstone right there so that these areas are lit up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put glass panes in here. I'm going to put any of the villagers that we want to keep in these little rooms. I may put one or two of them in there. And then put glass panes along the front here just to keep them confined. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably do this on this side. So this is 3 chambers here. Definitely going to do probably the same thing over here. And you kind of see how I left this hallway here. And then I'll put the wherever I'm going to do this backside over here first, and then I'll come back along and figure out what we're going to do as far as on this side where that's going to end up at. And then what I'm going to do back over here is I'm going to poke a small room with a door on it this direction, and this is where we're going to put our spawn room. And that's where we'll put our spawner out there. We'll have the villagers pop in and flush out to a particular location so that we can sort through them a little bit cleaner. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the ceiling yet. I think I need to do it at this level. I do like this look of the solid end stone with the bookshelves in there. I have that. That's kind of a nice look to it. Really kind of nice that way. So let me get this room hollowed out and sort of I'm going to get these major using this column in these corners here, so we know what I'm going to be doing. And let me get the columns laid out and get this room over here cleared out so that we know. And we'll walk through setting up the spawner more than anything else. So let me go get those things taken care of, and I'll be back with you here in a bit. Alright, and welcome back. So, this is what we're going to be doing here. I've never done this before, so this could end poorly. So what I've got here is I've got a moving one, and I've got a monster spawner in. I think it's a blaze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that down right here, and then I'm going to hit it with this spawner changer that's got a villager in it. Okay, and that should switch the spawner to a villager spawner, so that when we come into this area, we should activate the spawner. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, I may want to move that back, because otherwise, if I'm standing right here, then that would be active, because I'm going to be within 16 blocks of it. Yeah. Well, let's try this anyway, because I can pick it back up again with this moving one. Alright, so, boom. Boom. Ah ha 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 ha. It worked! It worked! Alright, pick it back up again. Alright, so now I have a villager spawner in there. And I'm going to move this back. Yeah, I'm definitely going to move it back. I'm going to move it 16 blocks from here. Come back here. We don't want you. I'm going to clean these all out. So, I didn't quite think all that way through. I made this room and everything. And probably should have thought about what I was going to do with it beforehand. But what I want to do is I'm going to move it 16 blocks back that way. I'll fake fill in this wall, and we'll have a tunnel to go down as well. But that's what we're going to do for the villager. We're not going to worry about trying to actually set up a breeder or anything. We're just going to turn a spawner into one and do it the easy way. So let me get this into place and go and check on the time of the video. This may be a two-parter where I have to go grab the transportation system, but if that's the case, then I'm going to see if I can real quick fill this all in and give you guys a look at a finished room, one way or the other. So I will be back in a bit. All right, and welcome back. So, not sure how long this is going to edit together, but looks like there's going to be quite a bit. But I did finish up this room, at least all these side areas that we're going to do. I'm going to come back and I'll chisel all of this, all these bookshelves behind there, sort of make it look like this one. These two over here, get some different looks and feels in there. But this is what this room is going to look like. Not sure what I'm going to do for the ceiling yet. I think I'm going to try and bring it. Part of me wants to try and bring the ceiling down rather than going up with it. I might bring it out 2 or 3 and then droop down, kind of a sort of a hole in the middle kind of thing that droops down. But this is what this room is going to look like. So I'd love to hear your comments on it. Anything that you would recommend, changes, just suggestions, and so forth. We're going to get the spawner, and I have an idea. I think I'm going to leave it in here. Had an idea on how to deal with this. We'll deal with that one on the next week. But any other comments you have would be great. As always, you can leave them down below. You can also find me on Twitter at @AWanderingNerd. And if you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like down below. And if you want to see more, please definitely subscribe. So, until next time, this is A Wandering Nerd.